Good afternoon. Here we have LinuxMCE Media Tagging version 2. Purpose of today's video is to show you guys some improvements in the tagging ecosystem over the first iteration and show you all the different ways that we've made it easier to tag large amounts of media. As you can see, we are here in my particular media file sync. You get to there by logging into your DC router and then just going to media file sync and finding where your videos are stored. Main focus of this project, this subsect of the project, I guess you could call it, is because, well, audio files get tagged automatically to a certain extent because you can embed that metadata. Videos, not so much. So how do we combine the two sources, the sources of stuff online with our actual files? And that's basically what we're doing here. Let's go to some stuff that I've pre-prepared. There are two main ways to tag your media in LinuxMCE. One is via the web admin. Well, actually both are via the web admin at the moment. One is via a tool that allows you a little bit more, I guess you could say, granularity in what you're actually tagging. You can basically do one file at a time if you have any particular reason to do that. And then there's another way that you can do it that allows you to tag a lot of stuff all at once, which I'm going to demonstrate first. That would be auto tagger. And you may have noticed in the past few months that we have this new button that has appeared up here. And basically what it does is, this package should be on 8.10 and 10.04. Basically it automatically crawls the directory that it's in and anything below it, essentially. I think it goes, actually I don't remember how many levels it goes. It goes a lot. Point is, it automatically tags things. As you can see, this is my videos directory. If you don't have this on full screen, you might want to. All this stuff has been wiped out. I went ahead and just cleared all of the data out. You may actually notice that it retained the resolution because I didn't want to have it get rid of everything. Anyways, it being, oh wow, this is kind of a bad demo. Let me show this other little piece. If you ever need to clean all the attributes out because they're wrong for any reason, you just navigate to that directory. In this case, it was the movies directory, and then there's this link right here. It says edit attributes for all files in the directory, and here you have a lot of tools. You can add a picture for everything if you want. You can clean the attributes, which is this little checkbox. It'll say, are you sure you want to do this? You hit OK. Chrome says blah blah blah, additional dialogues, blah blah blah. But moral of the story is, all these things are actually, well, they're already clean, but if you click on one, it's all gone. All the attributes have been removed. That's basically in case of improper tagging of media for some reason. Anyways, moving on, you can also add attributes in mass. So if there's something it missed or something special you want to add, it's there. And you can also tell it that everything in a certain directory has a certain resolution and other things. So there's tools just for for granularity and just doing things, adding specific things wide. Anyways, back to auto tagger. Thank you to Merker2K, who has fixed a little bug that we had on 10.04. Didn't really touch 8.10, or at least no one's mentioned it. Anyways, so auto tag button. I click it. It brings up a window. Hopefully you have HD enabled so you can read some of this stuff, but you can try it on your own system. Basically, it lists everything that it finds in this directory, and then it just starts tagging the best that it can. Gone in 60 seconds, 2004. It figured out that it was a movie basically by how it's tagged. The way that it works essentially is that if it finds a year, it says, hey, that's probably a movie. If it finds something like the word season or S1, episode 1 or something of that nature, then it assumes that it's a television show. Granted, there's enough naming conventions that this can get screwed up in the crossover, but for the most part, it works. I'm constantly trying to improve the regexes and basically its whole search algorithm and decision machine, if you will. But point is, you get a running log of everything that it is scanning, so you can see how it made its its decision, whatnot. Currently for movies, we use the moviedb.com. We have official access to the API and whatnot, and it's part of the LinuxMCE project. So, make it happen. Anyways, it is still working. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, basically, it works through everything methodically, and I probably should have left that for later, but that's why I didn't start with a big directory. It takes a minute to work it out, because it's also, when it adds a file, it's cross-referencing if you have certain actors in the database already, to make sure we don't add dupes and all sorts of other things. In some certain cases, it doesn't find things, at which point you can use the IMDb lookup, which I'm sure everyone's familiar with. Anyways, it'll say finished with batch here at the bottom when it's done. You can go ahead and close out that window, and it'll also say directory tag. So we'll click on Darkstar, and now we have attributes, director, genre, IMDb, reference, all kinds of good stuff, studio, and then you'll also notice we have, obviously a poster, but in addition to that, the IMDb, because it's unique, we have a widescreen of it, and right now I don't include pictures of actors and such, but that's probably going to change in the near future, so that's just something to keep an eye, or I guess just keep in mind. Anyways, so that's movies, and if you go down, it pretty much found everything in here. I don't think, oh no, Iron Eagle 3, it failed on Iron Eagle 3, oh noes, we'll have to fix that. But anyways, also, the web interface, it's kind of ugly, so if you have any PHP experience, I'm more of a functional programmer, I've found out, since I've started coding, than a pretty programmer, I guess you'd say. I can make stuff that works, but it don't look pretty necessarily while it's doing it. So if anybody wants to help out with that, please do. Here's another example of Fifth Element. We get release date, rating, studios, title, poster, and then also, and basically I instructed the IMDb to get a nice widescreen that could be used for a backdrop. There are more available, and we're looking at in the future making some kind of image carousel thing, but that's in the that's in the works. Actually, a lot of the stuff right now you'll never even see as use of using a regular orbiter, just because the attributes aren't necessarily tied into into the existing orbiter code. Right now, you'll see the poster, but you won't necessarily have anything that allows you to pull up the IMDb. Anyways, talked enough about that. Now let's go to the individual file stuff. I prepared a directory earlier, Sons of Anarchy, so I could do a quick demonstration. Sons of Anarchy, where the heck is it on here? Bada bing, Sons of Anarchy. Okay, so we've got Sons of Anarchy. This is just one episode. Check tvdb, get metadata, and then it'll have my best guess over here, trying to break it down, and then the episode. I got the one is fine, the other one sucks, so I can just manually type it in. Sons of Anarchy, bada bing, search. There we go. Select this show. Wow, that wasn't supposed to rhyme. As you can see, and we have an individual override for whatever resolution that it's in. We get a screenshot of the episode, little title, overview, and then just so you can see who's in it. But we already know who's in Sons of Anarchy, because who's not watching it? Jeez. Anyways, so hit confirm, and you get a little output that shows you everything went in. Quick note, you may notice some new things. Episode number. That's a new attribute. That basically allows us to split up stuff, hopefully in the future a little bit better. That way you have an episode title and the actual episode number. Just like we have the actual season number. We're actually going to go back to this file so I can show you some interesting stuff that we're working with. Season ID. Oops, click. You'll notice we now have a poster of the season that comes with it. Let's see what else. And series ID is actually mapped to a widescreen picture. Like I said, multiples will probably be available in the future. Right now, this was initially just making sure stuff worked. If you actually want to browse by program, you should now have the option, if you update your LinuxMCE box, and then select program as a default sort, it should now be one of the sorting options on your orbiter. You'll need to regen and whatnot after you're done. But anyways, so Sons of Anarchy, I'm also going to demonstrate the batch tagging now. If you click on a directory, like in this case Sons of Anarchy Season 4, and then you click check tvdb, what will happen is it'll actually go, okay, well this is batch mode because it's a directory. So it'll guess the season, and once again, apparently I failed on parsing this, so I'll just go ahead and type in Sons of Anarchy is right there. Search. Hey, there we go. See Sons of Anarchy. So, and then you'll notice that we have a multiple file layout here, and basically we can go through each individual one and make sure that it matches up what it's supposed to be. You know, that's why I included the file name, so we can see Season 4 Episode 1. It's been parsed out properly. Groovy. So, in this option you can override the resolution if it's wrong for some reason. So if you notice that any of the individual ones are wrong, or they're all a certain thing, you can just put them all at a certain resolution. But these are all at standard def, so it's no big deal, whatever. So we hit go, and this is where my UI designers come in. It's working. Hey! Yeah, not very pretty result screen, except that it worked. You can see episode title and database, associating episode, inserting episode title, director, not database, inserting director, genre edit. It's basically saying I did all this stuff. Done. Right? Now we go to season 4. We check it out. We've got everything in there. Episode number, and you'll notice that either whether it's done with auto tagger or if it's done with the WebAdmin, the attributes still map to the same thing. That is essentially it. I'm sure there will be questions, and I'm sorry the video was so long, but basically we're trying to move towards a real intelligent sort of tagging ecosystem in LinuxMCE. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this works for you. And if you have any questions, there's an open forum thread, so stop by.